Hello, you're back. As I was saying, this is the spoiler section, version, not section, what the hell, of Seabreeze book 4, Just For Now by Abbi Glines. This is the spoiler, so I really want to get into what happened and how it made me feel. As I was saying, I didn't really like this book as much, you know, it's a very good book, so I do love Abbi Glines books, but I didn't find the characters very good. As I said in the video, I said I don't think if you're a teenage girl or young adult and you're listening to these books to inspire you what to do when it comes to being in love with a guy, Amanda wasn't a very good role model for me. I think she did things that very mature and very stupid. I think if a girl was reading this and thought, I should do what she does because it works out for her, even though it's, you know, it's not real, it's a book, it wasn't very good. I hated that this Amanda just felt like she kept having to just like follow him around like a lost puppy, and she gives her virginity up even though she basically knows that he sleeps with a different girl every night, even though she doesn't know the extent of what he does, you know, for his job. And she's just like, yeah, I'm hoping in love with this guy, I'm gonna just let him take my virginity, even if it, hopefully, she's like, I hope he's gonna be different with me, but he just fucks her brains out and just walks off. And then she's really upset with herself. She's like, why did he have to be like that? I'm like, well, you really expect him to be different. I know this is the romance girls, but at least it was kind of realistic of how they acted, but then it kind of didn't become realistic at the end of it. I was just like, I wouldn't do that if it's me personally. But really, if you know that, even if you're hopelessly in love with this guy, it doesn't mean he's going to treat you like he's in love with you. You know, it doesn't mean that. It just, if that's what real life would be like. If you're hopelessly in love with a playboy who fucks random girls all the time and doesn't like commitment, doesn't want to be in a relationship, and loves having fucking sex, and he takes your virginity, and he's gonna fuck you and treat you like one of his whores, because it's nothing there for him. He's not in love with you. He's not gonna look at you like you're different. And to be honest, giving your virginity like that makes you look like you are one of those sluts, even though we know she's not because she's a virgin, but to him it is. If you're going to be so willing to basically just be with a guy, even though you're not in a relationship, you're not committed to each other, you haven't shared, you know, intimate moments, or you're in love, you can't really blame the guy for what he does. I really blame the girl. I think Amanda was just really childish, and I don't get why she's upset. I'm just like, you really expected things to go different. You like, oh, I'm in love with him, I'm gonna be the guy to change him, he's gonna fall in love with me, and it's gonna be so romantic, he's gonna make love to me. No, that doesn't happen, love, that doesn't. And then she's just so mad at herself, like, why was I so stupid? I'm like, yeah, if I wasn't you, I wouldn't have done it. And then even though, you know, he was I got itch on my shoulder, nothing dodgy, look. And then of course we found out that he didn't remember because he was so drunk he thought it was a dream, but still. And then she felt even more embarrassed about it, and funny. What else is there to say about it? Even when there's something else I really didn't like, when they did start kind of getting a relationship, and you know, he kept trying to stay away from her but he couldn't, and they kept running into each other, and they said we should try and be friends and all this sort of crap, and you know that they're gonna eventually, something's gonna happen, and they kind of do get in a relationship and they have sex. Well, it didn't happen like that. They had sex first, and then he was like, you know, this isn't just sex. And she's like, oh, so it wasn't like a one-time thing. I don't blame the girl for thinking that, and even he says that in the book, you know, the guy that is you know, in Preston Drake's point of view, because, you know, for me, I wouldn't want to date him anyway, because he basically just took her virginity like that, even though she let him, and then they have sex again. And I'm glad that she didn't I thought she was going to assume that they're in a relationship now, because that's what she seemed to be like in the past, but this time she just thought it was sex. But again, I didn't like her for being a role model. She's just like, again, it's like, oh, I'm in love with this guy, he doesn't love me, but he treated me really bad when we had sex the first time, took my virginity, and he treats me like crap, and he seems to just hate me, and he's around other girls all the time. But hey, I'm gonna have sex with him again, even though it means nothing to him, but it means something to me, because this is a great idea. And I'm just like, really? Even because, you know, it might not worked out that way. He might have been like, yeah, that was a good fuck, I'll see you around, I guess, even though that didn't happen, but that's what could have happened. And they got in a relationship anyway, and she's really happy, things are going good. And he decides that he wants to get out because he's finally realising he has things for her. I know getting out of the job of being a gigolo, he doesn't want to see other girls. But then something's come up and he finds out that his mum's being a bitch again, sort of, and moaning about this, and he needs to get food for his siblings, and how's he gonna get a job? And this is one I was saying in the spoiler free version, this is one of the things I think men and girls do agree on. If you're especially in a committed relationship, I don't get how people can do this. This is a deal breaker for me. He cheats on her. Depends how you look at it. You could say that it's not really cheating, even though to me it is, because you can say it's just his job. But his job is sleeping with other girls, even though he's meant to be in a committed relationship. And I love how she says it when she finds out that he had been with other girls. She said, if it was me, I wouldn't have been able to let another guy touch me like that when I'm in love with you, meant to be committed to a relationship, basically. I wouldn't have been able to do it, but to hear that he is able, even though he says that he thinks about her with his eyes closed while he does it, that is still a horrible thing to know that your boyfriend, who's been not only cheating on you, but his dick has been going back in her, where it's been with other girls, even though he's wearing a condom. I know it isn't skin to skin, but still, that's disgusting. I would feel very, very used and disgusting knowing that the guy that I am in love with and I'm committed to, because of course you don't know, because he's basically been cheating on you and lying about it, been having sex with you without a condom, and knowing that he's been putting his dick in other girls, and he's actually been able to get hard and do it. And obviously, even though he says it means nothing, it's just sex, he must have on some level still enjoyed it, because I'm sure, even though we didn't see it, I'm sure he still moaned and came, and it's just, that's just disgusting. I didn't like that. From the second when in the book, even before she didn't know, that I knew that he was, because I thought from that second when he was like that lady's house, he's gonna like back out, and then he decides he's actually gonna do this, he has to do it, and he goes in and he doesn't do it once, he does it twice. I think he even does it more than twice, if I remember. And I'm like, that was it for me. I was just waiting for her to find out. But the annoying thing I knew about this book, I just knew that it was probably gonna have a happy ending. I didn't want it to. I actually just wanted her to find out that he'd been cheating on her. I wanted her to move on and go and date Jax, Jax's brother, Jason, that's it, the one that's from the first Sea Breeze, who's the Rockstar's brother. I love that book, the first one. That would have been it for me. I'd be like, yep, we're over. I'm still in love with you. I'm going to get over you someday, and I'm going to actually find a guy who would treat me like that. And he hasn't even told that he loved her. He never did. We did, but not at that moment. I was just like, really? That's it for me. To know that a guy is actually able to do that, like have sex with someone else, even though he's meant to be in love with you, that's bullcrap. Sorry, I just didn't believe it. I think if you can cheat on someone, then you didn't really love them in the first place. There you go. So it really annoyed me, and I hate that he just kept coming up with these stories, and I felt so sorry for her, even though she was an annoying character, because she was like falling, that, like I said, she would just do stupid things for this guy, and he treated her like crap. And he didn't, even though they're meant to be like in a relationship when they got together, it was never like more than just sex. It was just like, oh, I care about you, okay, let's have sex now. It was just like sex, just like friends with benefits, basically. But she believed it was a relationship, but it wasn't anything else. He didn't take her out on a date. There was no wooing or anything. It's meant to be romance. It just felt like it was meant to be like a ironic book, which is a grey, not like that, but like just a sex book, not a romance, even though there was supposed to be romance in it. I guess I would say it was like 3% romance in it out the whole thing. I was just like, really? So I didn't enjoy this as much as the others, as I said. And what else is there to say about it? Yeah, I didn't like when he was lying about it, when he was saying, I've got to go to the gym, and then he went and put his cock in someone else, and then she likes being all nice, and she's, she doesn't know, and she's with his, looking after his little siblings, and cooking him food, making pie for him, and he just can go in the shower, and he acts like everything's cool, like, and it really pissed me off when, what's his name, Jason texted her, because they weren't a couple, but he kind of flirted with her, but she was always straightforward with him. She never like led him on, like she says herself, which is a good thing. I did like that she didn't like push him like, yeah, let's be something, and then she goes straight off to him. But I hated when that scene when he was texting her and what's his name, Preston, saw it, and he got so mad at her. He's like, oh, that's what you wanted, that you want to be in a relationship with a guy that can give you a jet and money and this sort of stuff. And I was just so furious. I was so glad that she got mad and she walked out, but she walked back into his arms like, you stupid girl, I never mistake, I would have left him. And that just pissed me off. I was just like, oh my god, what, seriously? Even though as her she doesn't know, but I'm like, because you're the reader and you know everything, I was like, you're seriously mad about a random guy's texting her and they're not even like flirting or anything. She's basically turning him down because she's with you. And at this time they had like decided to be in a committed relationship, but they're exclusive, so they're not meant to be with anyone else, and he's getting mad. And I'm like, you're fucking up a woman behind her back and you are mad. How do you think I think she would have much more reason to be mad than you. It just makes no sense. I don't get, that was just, I thought that was so out of reason. So stupid. I know that it was like supposed to mean that he was angry because of what he had just done and been through, and you know, that he, what was it, that he knew that he couldn't give those things. But I'm like, it's not about you, mate. You're making it, equals like so self, what's it called? I forgot the word. That means you think all about yourself. You know the one I'm looking for. I can't say it, but I can't think of the last bit of it. Self something where you think the world revolves around you. And I was like, oh, she seems to just care about you. She doesn't ever think really about her. And you're just like, it's me. Why do I get to be mad? You know, I'm fucking other girls behind her back. Why not? And I'm lying to her. And you know, I am told what I do for a living. Ugh. Just really annoyed me, and I hated it. Even when they weren't together, after they had sex, even when he found out they had sex, he just kept pushing her away, and then he would lead her on, like take her to the beach and wanted to touch her, and he's like, no, we can't do this, and then he wouldn't even look at her and like try to distance himself, because but it was right, even for the ending of that book, the way that when you could read it from his point of view, you could understand that he wanted to keep himself away, he wasn't good enough for her because he hurt her and all this crap, or that he wanted her so bad. But for me, I can see why the girl, Amanda, kept thinking, he hates me. And I just kept thinking, from her shoes, if you just pretend that you didn't actually know that he was acting like that because he was in love with her, I would have been like, I would have gone straight up to him, like slapped him across the face and thinking, why do you treat me like I'm the piece of shit? You know, he's acting like I'm the one that did wrong in the relationship, when I'm like, buddy, you're the one that didn't tell me you're a gigolo and you promised that we're going to be exclusive and you're having sex with other girls. I think I'm the one that deserves to get mad. You should be grateful that I haven't gone around telling the whole town what you really do, because you kept it secret. And he, you know, it's just, I was just like, I hate this guy. I didn't like this guy at all. I just really didn't. It was just, I was like, I really couldn't date him. I enjoyed the book. I just think for personal reasons, I just think the logic behind this, and I hope there's some people who actually agree with me. Like, well, even if you haven't read the book and you're hearing what I'm saying, I hope some of you, even guys, are like, yeah. If I found out think about if this was the girl and you're the guy in a relationship and your girlfriend's a prostitute and she lies on and says all this stuff, would you be okay with that? I wouldn't be. I'm just saying. It just wasn't, I don't think it's a really good setup for a romance. It was really bad. I would rather that it was a sad ending, that like he would always love her and she would just move on and get married and have kids with someone else. I really hope that was going to happen, even though I kind of knew that they were going to mix, like get back together somehow, and I didn't want that. I was just like, oh god, really? Just peed me off. I don't want to say the actual thing, but yeah, I didn't enjoy it. And then when she actually finds out, but he doesn't even tell her, I thought maybe he's going to do the manly thing and like say, babe, I need to tell you something. No, he was chicken. Pop, 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 pop. Her mum, obviously, if you know from the book, he went round the girl's house he used to have sex with, and the mum thought something was going on and she watched, so we know that he did it with her as well. He actually walked upstairs, shut the curtain, and they had sex, obviously, and the mum knew what was happening. She told her, she said that she talked to her friend, she told Amanda, who's the daughter, and she talked to her friend, and they told her that he's a gigolo and he has sex with girls and they pay him a lot of money. And she tells her daughter, and of course her daughter doesn't believe her. And if I was Amanda, I wouldn't have either. Even though he treats her like crap, I wouldn't have dated him. But if I felt the way that Amanda did, even though I wouldn't have done the things that she did, but you know, let's just say I did do all those things with him just because it makes it, just go along with it. And then I'll be like, if I'm so hopeless in love, I was like, no, he wouldn't cheat on me because we're exclusive and we're committed to each other. He wouldn't do that. I'm gonna go over there and talk to him. I know that it's gonna be all wrong. And she tells him, my mum thinks you're a gigolo, blah blah blah. Tell me that she's wrong, and then he just like, it's true. And I'm so glad that she got mad. I was worried that she wasn't just going to be like how she is the rest of the book. Just like, it's okay that you cheated on me and you didn't tell me you're a gigolo. We can work this out as long as you don't sleep with any more girls. I thought she was actually going to be like, I was so glad that she was actually mad. I cried, I think, when I read that bit. I can't remember, but I think I did cry when she was like, I was so glad. I was so with her though when she was like, oh right, so this whole time you were saying to me that we're exclusive, it's okay for me, and you got mad at me for having sex from Jason even though we weren't doing anything wrong, and you want to be in this, you know, exclusive relationship, but you're the one that's been going around putting your cock in other girls and having sex. You've been lying to me this whole time when you've been saying you're going to the gym and you're a gigolo. I was so glad that she was like, it's over, I love it. And he didn't even tell her he loved her, and he said he didn't tell her because she wouldn't believe him then, but it just made it look even worse. I rather, if I know that this would never happen to me, but if I was in those shoes, and I would wish that the guy would just say, I do love you, so at least I would know that he did love me, he finally told me, then actually have to leave and think, and I was in love with this guy, I gave him my virginity, all this, and he lied to me, cheated on me, and he never did love me. For me, that does make it worse, and I think it did for her, even though the books didn't really say it, but I think that's what they were trying to translate, that was worse than him actually telling her. And yeah, and then she tells everyone that she dumped him and she's with Jason, even though we all know it's crap, we're just friends, but he actually thinks it's true when he sees us together, and he treats her like shit again, and I'm just like, why are you mad at her? And even when he does think that she's with Jason, I don't give a crap. I don't care that he wants to. I wouldn't stand for it, a guy treating me like shit. I would be the one treating him like shit if he did all those things to me. I'm like, you're the one in the wrong, not me, so don't you dare go around and treat me like this. But of course she doesn't have any balls for that. She still hopes in love with him, and he finally tells her that he needs her and loves her, and wishes they want to be together on the beach, and they make up and it's all perfect, blah 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 blah. And then his mum finally overdoses and dies, and this is actually before they all got back together. I forgot I put this in the wrong place. And what's it called? Amanda gets a phone call from Saul Brother. He did try calling Preston, but I think it was when he was in for his new job, when he got the new interview, when he quit and he started working as the bodyguard. See, if that was me, if I was Preston, I would have never become a prostitute. I just found another job somewhere else doing something. And it's not my responsibility anyway to take care of my siblings. But even if I did become a prostitute, I would just quit when I got a girlfriend and went around and asked my friends for help. There's nothing wrong with sometimes asking your family and friends for help if they can help you find a job when you're looking for yourself. You know, why couldn't you do that in the first place? Why can't you just, like, as soon as he knew that he wanted to be with her, didn't cheat on her, just tell all the clients he's not going to be a prostitute anymore, and then keep looking for jobs like he did, and maybe go around and ask them for a few favours, like, hey, do you know anyone with a job that you think I could do, because I need, some money. Like, I just kicked it so that it moved away over there. That's what I would have done, but he didn't. Finally, we found out that Marcus actually did know what he did, and he was it Marcus or was it someone else? I can't remember. It was someone who was a friend and he knew. I think it was Marcus, and he was like, yeah, I knew all this time. And what else was there? Yeah, and he told him that he let him be with Amanda because he realised that he was in love with her, and he thought she would be the new girl that could, like, tame him basically and be the one for him, like all the other couples in the books, which kind of did work, but but then they finally get back together, whatever, and fix it all up, and then they're all happy. That was kind of it. They're like, oh, I love you, blah, 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 the ending. There isn't much to it, but I didn't enjoy this book, really. I liked the storyline. I liked how it sounded, the sound of the book. Like, I was like, oh, this sounds interesting. There's a guy that's a gigolo who has sex with a ghost prostitute, he's going to fall in love. I reckon she's going to make him have to quit his job. I just thought that the book would have gone different. I thought that he would have really, like, wanted her once that he knew that there was something there. And then he would have, like, been honest with her before they had sex and be like, I really like you, but I'm a gigolo, but if you want to actually be with me, even though the things that I do for a living, I'm going to quit, and I want us to give it a try, and I want to just find another job and just be with you because I think I'm falling for you. That would have been such a better story, and then you could just make some more drama with the mum and stuff trying to do that, and him having stress trying to find a job. Why couldn't you done that and just have some argument about something else and money or something? That would have been a good book. and then maybe they break up because of some silly reason and they can get back together. That would have been so much better. That's how I hoped it was going to go, but did it? No. And I think it ruined it for me. Not as in ruined the book, but I mean it just didn't enjoy it as much as if the book was the way I said it would, how I just said it would be if it was like that, but it wasn't, and I didn't enjoy it. So let me know. So this wasn't a very upbeat one. Sorry. Cough. So like this video if you liked it. Comment below, let me know if you've read this book and do you agree with me, or did you think this book was really interesting? Whatever, do you agree with anything I said that, you know, that are in the book? Do you believe anything in that I said about real life? Do you believe that you should cheat, and do you would have been happy if a guy did the same things, or if a girl did the things to you through a guy or whatever? So I know that I wouldn't have been. So yeah, this is my bit phlegmy. Nice, isn't it? I don't mind getting coffee now, but I haven't coughed all day. So this is my review of Abbi Glines' Sea Breeze book 4. What's it called? Just For Now, with Amanda Hardley and Preston Drake. Bye!